Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast, where we take a look at the current conditions for the lower 48 contiguous United States here. And we're also going to be looking at the SPC storm prediction forecast, as well as the National Weather Service hazards for your local area. Overall, the Northeast is looking absolutely fabulous along the I-95 corridor from Richmond all the way through New York and Boston and Providence. Exceptional weather, the smoke has cleared out. We still have this pattern here where the jet stream is retreated far north, so we have a trough in the east and a trough out west. And everything in between, showers, popcorn showers, and severe weather is going to be popping on the dry line. So severe weather extends. There's some extending severe weather going to be from the plains, all the way from Kansas High Plains, all the way down through Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Dallas, Fort Worth area, down through Shreveport, into Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama, through Atlanta, and down southward, pushing along the Gulf Coast, the I-10 corridor. We'll get into that in just a second. Right now, we have some showers extending through that line, as I said, and then back out toward the Front Range and the highest of elevations. There's still snow falling in the highest of elevations, Pikes Peak and some of those elevations above 14,000 feet. Along the passes, there is some heavy accumulation of snow. So the hazards look like this for the day. National Weather Service hazards, we have red flag warnings, the dry line, the dry heat from El Paso extending through Alamogordo and Albuquerque and Roca Raton, I-25 corridor. We also have excessive heat down in the south. This heat is coming in from the south, Houston, Beaumont, Port Lavaca, Brownsville, Corpus Christi, Laredo. If you're in any of these areas, excessive heat into the 110, 115 degree index, because the humidity is going to be extreme even by Texas standards. So we also have to watch out for a tornado watch in the Dallas-Fort Worth corridor down through Waco, Killeen, College Station. Tornado watches are in effect for that area as well as we speak, and tornado warnings are in effect right now for the Red River Valley just to the north of Wichita Falls, Texas, and Oklahoma. There's a warning, and there's a warning also in the panhandle of Texas, just north and past of Amarillo and Pampa, Texas as well. So we have that. We have severe thunderstorms. We also have in the southeast, in the Florida panhandle, a severe thunderstorm watch for strong storms that came in. I know a lot of people lost power in southeast Alabama and Enterprise and Troy, and down through Blakely, Georgia, and Quitman, down through southwestern Georgia there along the Chattahoochee River. So be very careful. There's a flood watch in effect for heavy rain, regardless, for the area in the Talladega, Birmingham, along I-59 corridor, just south Tuscaloosa, down through the Black Belt of Alabama, down through southeast Alabama. Like I said, once again, Dothan, Enterprise, Troy, up through 231 there and 431, heading towards those areas, Pell City and Pelham, and those areas south of Birmingham and east of Birmingham, Alabama. Also for western Georgia, you have a flood watch for you. So if you're coming down 85 through Columbus, Blakely, Warm Springs, Valley, Alabama, and all those areas down through there, and also through Bainbridge, Georgia, and coming into the middle, we also have that as well. So we have that in place coming through tonight. That's more of an overnight evening thing. So that's to look out during the overnight hours. That's for the panhandle, those areas. That's what's going to be excessive. And we also have an orange area here now highlighted in orange in South Florida. That's also a heat advisory. It's been coming very steamy down there. Once again, that steamy Gulf tropical moisture and humidity is pumping up. So those areas from Palm Beach County down through Broward County, Miami, over towards Naples as well, and down through Marco Island and the Keys as well. There is a heat advisory in effect for your area. So that's the hazards for this week. Now we're getting into the Storm Prediction Center today. As you can see, there is a moderate. Today's outlook, there's a moderate. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me go back. I had the wrong map here. Sorry, guys. 1 second here. There is a moderate chance here for there's a moderate chance for severe weather, basically tornadoes in this area between Oklahoma City, Tulsa, back towards Norman, Oklahoma. There is definitely a moderate chance of severe weather. So that's a very elevated chance. That's like a 3 out of 5 chance, slight chance extending all the way back, and an enhanced chance extending all the way down from Dallas-Fort Worth through I-20 corridor and I-35 corridor as well. So if you're in Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, you're going to have an enhanced chance for severe weather as these storms charge south and southeastward along this frontal boundary here. So we have a marginal risk outside of that area, and then a marginal risk extending through the high plains all the way around through the southeast as well for these storms that can come. So there's a chance of all modes of severe weather here, from hail, large hail greater than 2 inches of diameter, winds, straight line winds exceeding 58 miles an hour, and of course tornadoes could be of any magnitude, EF1, EF2 or greater, okay, in the moderate zone here, okay. So that's for today. The severe weather chance goes through, outlook goes through Sunday, June 18th, Father's Day, but it goes down to slight and severe risk. It gets out of the moderate category. So today is the only day, according to SPC, that we're in the moderate category. Fire danger, however, remains critical for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and that once again goes to our map here for these areas in New Mexico, southeastern Arizona, and western Texas Panhandle, still under red flag warning. Now, some of these showers, because they're east of the dry line, they're behind the dry line, they won't get any rain or severe weather from this, and that's why the critical danger of fire danger remains. But the severe weather danger remains right in the center of the country here. That we have the severe weather, these storms, garden variety storms, continue in the slight zone, extending from Chadron, Nebraska, up through Pierre, South Dakota, and the Black Hills of South Dakota and North Dakota, and through Dickinson and Jamestown, North Dakota, and over toward Wyoming. Cody, they've been active down through Cheyenne, and over toward the Front Range of the Rockies, and over toward Utah as well. So these are garden variety showers that have thunderstorms that could produce lightning. You got to be careful, and different things like that. But they're on a slight risk. They're not on the moderate or enhanced risk that we have according to the SPC. So that's what we have going on there. This is the convective outlook once again. That moderate zone once again is pretty high risk zone, because that's a 4 out of 5 zone. So there's almost a guarantee of a tornado in this area from the Red River Valley of Texas, from Wichita Falls over towards, just north of DFW area, up through just west of Oklahoma City in that I-35 corridor there. This is the bullseye, and into the Oklahoma Panhandle. 4 out of 5 chance of seeing tornadoes, large hail. So anybody in Oklahoma City, Norman, like I said, Wichita Falls, Lawton, and Edmond, Oklahoma, that's an area with over 2.2 million people. They're in that moderate 4 out of 5 chance for seeing heavy severe weather. Now, there's still an enhanced risk around that zone. Dallas, Fort Worth, once again, Arlington, Plano, Garland, Mesquite, all those areas down there, you're going to be seeing an enhanced risk of severe weather. That's the bullseye for today. Now, once again, this is all going to be charging south and southeastward towards the Gulf Coast here. And tomorrow, the more zone shifts eastward towards, Jackson and Meridian, Mississippi, and Mobile, and the Panhandle of Florida, Tallahassee, Pensacola, and over towards Jacksonville as we head towards tomorrow and tomorrow night. They're going to be more in the more risk zone as that interacts with more moist and humid air and gets the winds turning. Right now, we have winds coming in from the south. We have winds coming in from the south. Down below and off, and we have winds coming in from the east with this frontal boundary, so that produces turning. You get that turning of the winds, and turning of height with wind shear. That turning of height with directional speed shear, wind shear, and of course that creates that rotation that you need for those tornadoes to pop up here in that moderate zone here. So that's what we have going on right now. No hurricanes according to the National Hurricane Center. We're in the first month of hurricane season, so we normally, climatologically speaking, look closer to home, like in the Gulf of Mexico, out toward the Gulf Stream here, just north and east of the Bahamas, closer to home. Now, as we progress, we're going to be looking further and further out toward the Cape Verde here. There is a system here that's coming off, a tropical wave that's coming off of the Atlantic Ocean. Only a 20% chance of development through 7 days, so we're not too worried about it here. But you look on the satellite picture here, and you can see there it is. There's a wave. There's a few other little disturbances here around Bermuda, but this is a cold front that just came off the coast a couple of days ago to help clear out the smoke in the northeast here. And this is that moisture that we're speaking of here, this old sagging frontal boundary, this trough here that's producing heavy showers and thunderstorms from the Panhandle up through Charleston, South Carolina, and Myrtle Beach, and down through Mobile and all those areas, Atlanta, and that's going to produce some severe weather for them coming in tomorrow. But right now, this is where we stand, tropical speaking. Things look great in the Mid-Atlantic. Things look great out and toward the Cape Verde. Things look great in the Caribbean Basin. No clouds, just a few low showers below here in Central America. Nothing in the Gulf of Mexico to speak of right now. So this is great news, as we're only 15 days in the hurricane season. So this looks absolutely great. Now in the Eastern Pacific, we have nothing, but there is a disturbance out there with a 20% chance of development. It's moving away. It's just a broad area of disorganized showers at the moment. In the Central Pacific and Hawaii, nothing's going on. Perfect skies. Maybe just some slight swells coming off the ocean there for surfers, but that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining me for the Weather Guru podcast. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.